Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we are in Star Citizen Arena Commander, and what I'm going to try and do is provide a bit of comparison between first-person view and third-person view. Now, if you've been on the Star Citizen forums, well, as much as I have, even though I don't post a lot, I read a lot. Yeah, if you've been on the forums as much as I have within the last, say, 12 months, you probably will have seen discussions about first-person versus third-person. A lot of people are worried that third-person view will be overpowered or will be used, I wouldn't say cheating or anything like that, but in a way that provides an advantage over first person view. And that people are worried about it to the extent where they don't want it in the game at all or anything like that. So I thought I'd just see what's up really, see how it compares. Obviously I don't have multiplayer access yet. This is going to be against the Vanduul Swarm, but I think it'll still be a decent comparison, even though you probably won't know for sure if it's going to be an advantage or not until PvP. So what I'll do, I'll play around a bit in first person. I'm just going to use the mouse and keyboard for this, not the joystick. So yeah, I'll play around in first person a bit, see how it goes, and then I'll swap over to third person, and I'll try to get some kills. I'll try to look around rubble or asteroids, because that's something that people are worried about. You might be able to hide behind an asteroid and ambush a player or something using third person, to see when the player's coming. So I'll see how that goes, and yeah, we'll just see what happens. So I'll see you after this loading screen.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
Alright, so we're loaded in. What I'm going to do just before we actually start playing is just run through the keyboard commands for this. So in first person view, we can press the tab button, which allows us to look around with our head, so we can look around the cockpit and everything like that. Pretty useful. And then we've got insert and page up. Now insert gives you basically 3 different third person camera angles. Page up allows you to look around the ship. And you'll see what I mean by that. I find this to be kind of difficult to control, because you're not really moving the camera around the ship, it's more like you're controlling the ship and the camera is kind of stationary. I don't know. You'll see what I mean. So, let's see how this goes.
Bogey. Scanning.
We've got an enemy up here. Obviously, first person view, we have the full HUD and everything. We can immediately see where the enemies are and track them, as you would expect. So if I press down on the tab button, you can see I can move my head around the cockpit. Unpress the tab button, it basically goes back to center. I'm not really used to mouse controls, so I generally use the joystick for flying. Alright, here's our enemy here. Got a few hits on him. Obviously these are only the first wave of enemies, so not much to worry about really. There we go. Pretty easy kill. So we'll finish off this wave, and then we'll try and do wave 2 in the third person. I'm not sure how well that's going to go. I'll actually take out this last guy with a missile, just so we can see how missiles work in first person as well. Which is basically an instant kill. There we go. Bombs away. Well, missiles away. Alright, that's wave 1 taken out. Time for third person. This is our third person view mode, sorry. Right, pretty useful. That's our second one. That's our third one, a bit further away. So if I press page up, nothing much happens in this view mode. In this view mode, the ship moves around but the camera stays stationary, whereas otherwise the camera would remain relative to the ship. And the same in this view mode. Right. So let's get right behind the ship in chase mode. Takes a bit of getting used to this. Alright, let's lock it there.
Scanning.
Now I can target a ship, but obviously I have no HUD. I've got no UI elements at all. So I don't know where the enemies are. I'll probably find them when they start shooting at me. Enemies? Hello? Now obviously the weapons are still tracking the mouse movements, and I can see weapons fire over there. Okay, there's some enemies. Or friendlies, I'm not quite sure what they are from this distance. I can see a scythe. Can I lock my missiles? No. I need... Oh, getting a bit too close to that giant beam of death. Okay, enemies, hello? This would actually be easier to control with the joystick, because the movements would be a bit more intuitive, at least for me. Alright, we've got an enemy right here. I'll wait for him to get right in front of my sights. And then I'm relying on the gimbaling to take effect. Because I can't actually track him myself. I don't know where my weapons are quite, because without a crosshair or reticle or anything. So I'm relying on the automatic aiming and the gimbaling to work. How you feel about that automatic aiming and gimbaling is a completely different topic. I'm not even going to get into that. So let's change the camera angle, get a bit closer. So this is the proper chase view. Again, without a radar or any form of HUD, I don't know where my enemies are. There's a friendly. There's an enemy. Let's see if I can get down behind him. It's a bit closer than I wanted to get. And you can see my weapons are still gimbaling where the mouse is pointed, so let me actually just start using my joystick here, and we'll see if this makes much of a difference. Alright, using the joystick. Far easier to control immediately.
Alert. Starboard
Taking
shields
fire.
down. Alert. Aft shields down. Port shields.
I don't even know if I've got this guy in front of me targeted.
Warning. Port shields 25%.
It does look really cool fighting like this, I gotta say.
Down.
But I'm struggling to find it useful. I mean, even in really close range like this, I'm struggling to
Charging.
get my weapons on target. And sure, part of that's probably that I'm a terrible player, but still. My lasers are
Collision.
draining. Ooh, that guy was close. And remember, this is only wave 2. These are some of the easiest enemy fighters you can come up against. At least in Vanduul Swarm. So, this really isn't going particularly well for me. I am hitting him every now and then, but not enough to take him out of the fight. So let's see if I can target him.
Scanning.
I don't even know if I've got him targeted. I want to try and get a target lock with the missiles.
Lock.
I think I just did.
Alert. Port shields
That was luck more than anything else. I don't know how I did that,
scanning.
but I did do it. So it is possible in third person to get a missile lock.
Down. Alert. Aft shields down.
So we got, is that an enemy? That's a friendly. I'm shooting at one of my wingmen. Let's not do that. Are there any more enemies? There's one. Hello. Right. nearly ran into my wingman. I'm aiming way too high. Spamming my missile button, seeing if I'll get another magical shot. It doesn't look like it's happening. Oops. It is far easier flying like this with the joystick, I might add. At least it is for me. I find the mouse controls to be a bit unintuitive. At least this, I kind of know what actions my movements are correlating to. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's far easier anyway for me, using the joystick in third person than using the mouse in third person. Even if I'm not hitting 95% of my shots. See if I can get another missile lock. I don't even know if I've got this guy targeted. See, that's the other thing. To get missile locks and everything, I think you pretty much need the enemy to be targeted. Oop, there we go. So he was targeted. Now he's dead. So that basically seems to be random chance more than anything else. You need to have your ship in exactly the right position, like with the reticle on the target. And obviously when you can't see the reticle, it's difficult to know. So I'm going to try and hide behind this little rock, and we'll see if we can find the next wave of enemies. I think we took all the enemies out. I'm just going to swap into first person and see. No, there's still one left. I don't know where he is. Maybe he'll come and shoot at me. So this gives you what it would be like to try and ambush an enemy player as well, in third person. Let me try and see where he is in first person. He's down there. So that's fairly close range. We can't really see these guys. I mean, we can see them thanks to their weapons fire. We've got the two wingmen and the enemy scythe. But, so how far away is that? That's 2,000 meters. Not sure how close or far that is in comparison to the persistent universe. Because systems are supposed to be pretty big. So let's go in this mode. Actually no, we'll go back to chase mode. There we are. Okay. Enemy. Hello. Alright, we're putting some fire on him now. That was a kill. Again, that kill was more thanks to the auto-aiming than any sort of skill, I believe. I don't think I really did a lot there. I basically just pointed at the enemy and opened fire.
Bogey.
Again, that's more down to the auto-aim debate than the third-person and first-person debate. So, let's duck in behind this bit of metal plating or debris or whatever it is. And we'll see.
Collision.
Oh, is this the landing pad? Maybe it is. So there's enemies down there.
Starboard.
I know that because they're shooting me.
50%. Alert.
Until they started shooting me, I didn't know where they were.
Down. Collision. Aft shields. 75%.
So again, Vanduul Swarm, it's not the best place to test if you can actually ambush players or not, obviously, because there's no players here. But, So let's swap back into first person. Target an enemy, because we didn't even have one targeted.
Warning.
Oh, this is Little King, so he's one of the aces. Whoa, big bang.
25%. Alert. Aft shields down. Scanning. Flare.
Fire off a missile.
Lock.
There we go.
Shields charging. Alert.
Got an enemy right in our tail.
Scanning. Weapons system is offline.
I think we lost something.
Flare.
I think we lost our turret.
Aft shields down. Flare. Shields.
Oh, I'm dead. So, respawning might give us an opportunity to look at the enemy in third person again from a bit of a distance.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
So let's look around like this. Oops. Again, this is moving the ship with the camera staying stationary more than anything else. So let's lock it back in place. Okay. And I'm staying completely stationary right now. Okay, so that's where the fight is. Now, I can see weapons fire. I can see basic outlines of ships, although they're pretty small. You guys might not be able to see that on YouTube because this is going to be 720p. You may not be able to see the full detail, I'm not sure. So, one thing I will say, I can't tell what distance those ships are at. They're obviously visible to me. They're barely visible, but they are visible. Part of that is the weapons fire. If they weren't firing, it would be more difficult to pick them out. So, I don't know. Third person view for ambushing, it's a possibility, but at the same time, it would be almost guaranteed if you're in first person view, right? So let's try and demonstrate that. See, I've got these guys targeted immediately. Well, not targeted, but I can see them on my scanners immediately. So the enemy is 3,600 meters away, and I've got a target lock. Whereas, if we go back here, actually, there we go, that's more like it. If we go back here, I can barely see them. So first person view, I know where he is, I've got a target lock. Third person view, I'm struggling just to find him. So sure, I think what we can say here is that ambushing might be possible in third person, but you can definitely do it in first person. Obviously, until we're actually coming up against players, this is not really, it's hard to say against just AI, but still, I think third person view for ambushing, probably not really going to be an advantage. It's more likely to put you at a disadvantage compared to first person. Third person for combat, you're definitely at a disadvantage compared to first person. Third person looks awesome. You've got to give it that. It looks fantastic. You get to see the graphics and the ships and everything, and that's what it's designed for. They want it to give you the option of having a cinematic look in third person while still not being particularly useful. That's why you don't get any HUD elements in third person or anything like that. So yeah, the first person versus third person debate, I wouldn't say that third person has any significant advantage. I wouldn't say that it has any advantage, to be honest. For gameplay, it's first person all the way. So yes, I think I'll call this here. So you guys, as you guys saw, I could get kills in third person. A lot of it was luck of the draw. A couple of it was random missile locks that I didn't even think I would get. So it is possible to fight in third person mode. But I don't know why you would do it when first person mode is so, I mean, you're guaranteed to get kills in first person mode. Third person mode, you're just kind of pointing your ship at the enemy and hoping. As I said, ambushing, I don't think third person provides an advantage at all. Now obviously, this is very early alpha. The Arena Commander came out like, 2 days ago. There will be updates and everything. That being said, I don't think this is something that's going to change a lot. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or whatever.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
Thank you. Yep. But until next time, guys, I've been Vornskyr. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.